What up? My name is Jade Fox, and this is the Madeyoulooks channel. And today I'm going to be giving you all of the tips that you need to develop a unique style. Ignore what's going on behind me. I was taking some product photos of my brand new hats that just launched. hillfoxclub.com. Link is going to be in the description, and they are some pretty unique hats, if I say so myself, to contribute to your unique style. Let's not waste any time. Let's go ahead and get into it. Number one, nail down how you want your clothes to fit and only buy that fit. People underestimate how integral the fit of your clothes is when it comes to your personal style. For example, think of Aaliyah. When you think of Aaliyah, what type of outfit do you think of? You think of a more snug top, maybe a bandeau, strapless type of situation with big old pants on the bottom. That fit, that silhouette, is a part of Aaliyah's personal style. Narrowing down how you want your clothes to fit will also give you a bit of a guideline or like a certain set of rules for how you shop. For example, I'm team high tops and tall boots over low tops and booties. I will most likely go for something that is cropped over something that is extended. I will most likely go with something that's oversized versus something that's more slim fit. I'm going to go for something that's denim over silk. These are kind of general guidelines that are always in the back of my head when I'm shopping or when I'm putting outfits together. And if everything in your closet has the fit that you love, then everything becomes an option. So many times we buy things just because we think they're cute, or we buy things because it's a statement piece without actually considering how it's going to fit and if the look that you're trying to achieve is actually achievable with this item. Sometimes we need to be more creative with things. Sometimes it's not just as easy as just going to the store, seeing something cute, adding it to your wardrobe, and boom, it works. Oftentimes, especially if you have a body type where you have a lot of workarounds, you have to consider fit, I wanna say first. This is what's going to distinguish you as someone who has personal style, because your style is curated to your personal interests and also your person, like your body. So please, always, 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 always put fit first. This is another way. Having your clothes fit the exact way that you want in your closet also leaves you looking stylish when you don't even try. Because I wear a lot of white t-shirts, for example, all of my t-shirts are stylized. So some I have a more unique cut in the sleeve, they have a more unique cut in the body. So when I'm putting together a simple t-shirt and jeans sneaker fit, there's always going to be a stylized component because I've made sure that everything in my closet fits me in a specific way, but also fits my interests when it comes to the types of clothes that I like to buy. Everything in your closet will have thought put into it, which means that everything that you put on, no matter how basic your actual outfit is, will always feel and seem thoughtful. This next one might hurt a little bit, and that is to not take all of your inspo from Instagram. Now, everyone's explore page is a little different, okay? If you have some very interesting interests, your explore page will look a lot different than mine, okay? But when I tell you the outfit DNA that I see on my explore page is very much cargo pants, whatever poppin' brand, logo on a t-shirt, and some hype sneakers. Pretty much in everything, every reel that I come across on my Instagram page or on my explore page is that type of outfit. And what I'm saying you need to do is the opposite of that. Instead of going on Instagram and just copying an outfit and then pasting it onto your body, go on Instagram, get hints of what you like, see what elements you like, see what fabrics you like, see what color combinations you like, find brands that you like, but don't necessarily go the explore page route because there's a reason why everybody on Instagram dresses the same, and that's just because everybody's just inspired by only things that are happening on Instagram. And so be very anti-explore page when it comes to your outfits. Instead of, going for the cargos and the graphic tee and sneakers, maybe go for a different type of pant just to mix it up a little bit so you're not so like explore page-y. This next one is so important. It's so important, and no one talks about this, which is wild to me. But develop specific interests when it comes to your personal style. For example, I don't wear a lot of graphic tees. It's not really my thing. However, I really love typography and I really love photography. Why did I say it like that? Photography. I really love photography. So instead of going for a graphic tee like this, I will always go for a graphic tee like this. Instead of a graphic tee that is this, I will go for a graphic tee that is this. And that is just narrowing down specifically what I like about graphics. And I don't particularly like illustrations that much. I don't particularly like, you know, kind of like sayings and stuff, but I enjoy like provocative language on clothing. I also enjoy like photographs in general. So I enjoy photographs on clothing. I feel like it just makes for a more interesting t-shirt rather than just, you know, kind of an illustrated graphic. However, graphic tees like run the gamut. So there's so many types of graphic tees, and I'm just like very much whittling it down to a very bare bones, you know, example of what a graphic tee is. But to give you another example, really what I'm trying to communicate is develop your personal style in every category. So what is your style when it comes to jewelry? For me, if it's not silver or a color, I'm not gonna wear it. I don't wear gold, I don't wear rose gold. I only stick to those things. Those are like my style rules, but that's also just my style. I think that silver looks better on my skin tone. I enjoy these beaded pieces every now and then. This is a ring from Acne Studios that I really love, and it's really different. And so developing what your style is very specifically within jewelry, within footwear, within pants, within shirts, within t-shirts is really going to help you achieve a truly unique style. But also what it's going to do, it helps you make sure that your style is in line with what your true interests are, and it gives you something to talk about. Oftentimes people who just go off and buy things because of the brand or because of the logo or because it's a hype item, there's no consciousness behind that outfit. It's just drip at that point. You know what I mean? It's fly, it looks good, but it's just drip. Like there's no personality to it. There's no story behind it. There's no element of them in it. It's just Balenciaga. It's just Fendi. It's just, you know, whatever, Jordan, Nike. And so what I'm saying is think about artists that you like. Like a lot of the graphic tees that I have tend to have mostly like messaging surrounding blackness, because my blackness is something that I cherish very near and dear to me. I enjoy my black culture. I enjoy all of culture. I enjoy everything that comes out of black culture. And so I have that represented in the things that I wear. And so making sure that there's a clear bridge with who you are, what are your interests, what your morals are, what do you believe in, and also what you're wearing is going to really create that true consciousness behind your clothing. And it's also just more interesting. Like me asking you about your outfit is more than you just telling me, oh, well, I'm wearing Prada. It's like you're telling me who you are through your clothing. Another example of that is I developed a love of vintage trucker hats over the last like 2-ish years, because I realized that as my hair started to grow, trucker hats were the only hats that really like could fit my hair because of that net in the back. And so that's where my love of trucker hats came from, strictly from a functional standpoint. And then from there, I realized that I prefer more of like those older kind of vintage trucker hats, because as we go back to the graphics thing, I'm not a huge fan of graphics or like kind of corny sayings and stuff like that. However, I am interested in like vintage like brands and logos that don't exist anymore. I'm interested in pieces of history. You know, I have a hat that I don't think I should put on the internet right now, but I have a hat and it has a derogatory term on the front of it for queer people, but I am a queer person. And to me, that I did a little bit of research and I found out that that was something that came out in the 80s from an independent designer. This is also the height of the AIDS epidemic too. And so that is a personal story there. And that is something that is specific about that item that I really like, which is why it makes sense for my personal wardrobe. So there is also a functionality component to this too, to also think about. This next one, it takes a minute to navigate, but once you get it, you get it. Get statement pieces within your style. I think we're so used to thinking of statement pieces as like, oh, if it's like a wild color, or if it's just like very ostentatious, if it's got a lot of jewels on it, if it, you know, if there's something very striking about it, it's an automatic statement piece. And although I agree with that, I do think that there could be some consideration about what a statement piece for you looks like. For someone who wears a lot of color, this is not gonna be a statement piece for them. I wear a lot of color, but I wear very little hits of color. I will probably never wear like something fully pink and red, but I will wear something pink with shoes that are red and white. You know, if that's the basis that we're working off of, I don't need to go and buy a suede oversized pink fringe jacket. I don't need to reach that far. I don't need to reach that high for a statement piece. This is a statement piece alone by itself. So when you think of statement pieces, think about what those look like for you. Because I think People think that anything that's a hot color, anything that's like just very much a lot to the eye to take in is an automatic statement piece. But that may not be a statement piece that works for you because it's too much of a statement. You don't need to make that much of a statement. Maybe you just need to make this kind of statement. I have this really boxy, oversized leather jacket from Frame that I love. I love it so much. And because my style, it's a little bit on the simpler side, that is a statement piece in my closet because of the exaggerated shape of it. And that's another thing. Statement pieces don't necessarily have to be about color or necessarily being about, you know, how busy it is. It can be in the shape of it. It can be in some of the details on that piece as well. Maybe it's got a little bit of rhinestones or something like that on it. So be really conscious and thoughtful about the things that you're labeling statement pieces and make sure that they're actual statement pieces that truly work, like in your specific style in your closet. This next one, it really depends on how your pockets look, all right? Limit your consumption of fast fashion. We all know the sustainability tip, so I'm not even gonna get into that. What I'm gonna push today is letting you know that if you are buying most of your clothes from Zara, if you're buying most of your clothes from Forever 21, Shein, you know, any of these like really popular sites, I don't know how you're going to achieve a unique style that way. Mainly because everyone shops at those sites. And there's nothing wrong if that's what you can afford. But what I'm saying is, I'm not gonna lie, the most unique pieces that I own are probably the most expensive pieces in my closet. And I'm not saying that you need to spend a lot of money on unique pieces. What I'm saying is it's better to pull from a bigger selection of uniqueness than going to fast fashion where you're pulling from a pool that everyone's pulling from. Thrift more, go to consignment shops, trading even. Also, take a trip to your parents' attic and just see whatever they were wearing. Go to your friend's house, shop their closets. There's so many opportunities. Basically, you need to change it's less about where you're shopping and more about the selection of the places that you're choosing to shop at. The selection at Zara is not gonna be as unique as the selection at a vintage shop. At a vintage shop, there's gonna be hundreds of unique pieces. In Zara, there's gonna be a couple. And the thing about that is because it's Zara, it's gonna be you and this girl and homeboy and this they and this them wearing the same thing you got on. So you need to change the actual pool of clothing that you're pulling from so that you can actually acquire pieces that create a more unique wardrobe. I feel like I'm reading. Am I reading? I don't know. I just feel like what I'm saying is hitting home for people. The next one is going to be, you need to take ownership of your overall look. Your personal style is only enhanced by your accessories, your piercings, your tattoos, your hair. What do you do to your hair? Do you dye it? Do you have different cool cuts and stuff like that? Like, all of that matters. When I got this nose ring and then I also got these two, well, I already had one, but I got an additional hole and then I got this one up here. It added like an edge to my face that I don't think I was fully prepared for. And now that's something that I think about when I get dressed. It's something that I think about when I choose my accessories for the day. And so you need to take advantage, or not take advantage, but you need to take ownership of not just the clothes that you put on your body, that extension of your style, but overall, because that also heavily contributes to your personal style. I'm using myself as an example because it's just the easiest thing to do. The lighting is doing a thing. I apologize for that. For example, for myself, when I went and got my piercings, I know I wanted silver jewelry because silver just hits different on my skin, in my opinion. I'm also natural, and so there is a natural element to the way that I dress as well. I don't really care for a lot of like sequins or like frilly things. Like, my look it leans more masculine, and so my style also leans more masculine. My look leans a little bit more raw edge, raw hem, and so literally I wear raw edges and raw hems and you know, rope belts and a lot of denim and that kind of thing. So if you've already got your style as far as your clothing down, think about how you're going to extend that to the rest. Just a mild stroke, it's fine. So if you've got your style down, like your clothing down packed, think about how you're going to extend that into your look overall. If you've got your look down packed, think about how that influences the rest of your style. Especially if you haven't changed your haircut in 10 years, especially if you haven't changed your accessories in years, if you haven't gotten a piercing or a tattoo and you want one, and you've been waiting for forever, and you just haven't done it yet, girl, do it. If you want the neck tat, do it. I'm just saying, it's like, there's a reason why you want to do these things. There's a reason why you want to get that piercing. There's a reason why you want to get that tattoo. And what I'm telling you is that may be the thing that opens up the gateway to you really harnessing the rest of your overall look and style. And the very last tip, and the reason why this is the last tip is because I truly don't think that you can even attempt. This is really crunchy in the back. It's not even like even, and this whole time, I know somebody out there was watching this bar and seeing how uneven it was this whole time and was pissed. Sorry about it, girl. The reason why I made this a last tip is because you truly can't even really do it until you've done all the other things. And that is to pay attention to the details. What color is the stitching? Is it a contrast stitch? What kind of zipper is it? Is it a heavy duty? Is it a YKK? Is it not? Are there pleats? Are there no pleats? What's the fabric content? Is it a cotton rayon blend versus 100% cotton? What kind of, is it a raw hem or is it a clean finished hem? These are things that sound really small and like, girl, what does it matter? But once you've figured out all the other stuff, it's those little things that you get the opportunity to pay attention to, because these are just the little things that I have to say, this is what gets my goat, is the little details. Like, I love a raw hem. I love something that's collarless like this as opposed to just being a regular collar. I couldn't tell you what type of collar I like on a jacket, though I like, until I figured out what types of jackets worked for my body. I couldn't tell you what type of jackets work for my body until I figured out what my body type actually was. So all of this is very cyclical and linear, in my opinion. But once you get to a point where you can pay attention to the details, that's when I feel like shopping and exploring your style becomes way more fun, because you're invested now. By the time where you're looking at pleats and you're like peeling back the little pleats and you're just like, getting your rocks off. By the time you are looking at jewelry and you can tell the difference between a curb link chain versus a Rolo link chain versus a Cuban link chain, and you know which ones work for you, which ones don't, and you know, okay, at point, this millimeter chain works for me, this millimeter chain does not work for me. It sounds very stupid when you don't care, but when you care and you can get to the point where you can identify the really tiny details about the clothing that you enjoy, it makes wearing them more fun. Because now it's like, oh, I have this jacket on that I love, that fits me really great, that fits really well with so many other outfits in my closet. Also get into this collar though. Also get into this though. Get into this though. Once you start paying attention to the details, you can start appreciating even more about your garments, even more about clothing in general, and especially how clothing is made. And it may even change the way that you shop. It may make you want to shop more sustainably. It may make you want to shop more independently, or just to make your own stuff. Honestly, that is it. Those are all the tips. I hope that this video is very helpful to you. I'm going to put a video right here that I think you should watch. I think it'll be really helpful for you, especially if you got something out of this one. Once again, my name is Jade Fox. This is the Madeyoulooks channel. We post videos on this channel every Monday and Wednesday. Follow me on Instagram, and I will see y'all very soon in another one.